Okay, Mario once again with MIA Microflight, and this is the cutter that I designed for cutting my own foam wheels. You can see here's the foam wheel. This is the first try. It's slightly loose on the hub, but that, as I said in my previous video, or my original video, my first video, it's going to be the third video. It's a matter of just adjusting the inner cut, which is this blade right here, a little bit inward, so this diameter is a little bit tighter, and so it grabs better on the over this hub. This is the guard that I designed for this cutter, just to make it safe in operation. Handling still requires a lot of care because we are dealing with two X-Acto blades. The heavy-duty X-Acto blades. Those are a little bit wider than the typical or the more standard X-Acto knife blades. And so, in the assembly of this, you still need to be very careful. If you were to build something similar to this, this is not for sale. I mean, you could reverse engineer, but if you do that, I am not responsible if you get hurt with the tool. This is just a show and tell on the tool, that the way I designed it, the way that it works for me. And so this is the guard, as I was saying, to make it safer. This has a spring, and the way this works is this gets attached to the head of the drill press, the spindle, and this is spinning around. This is all through a ball bearing that's inserted in this center of this ring, and it also has a bronze bearing to allow this bolt or threaded rod to go up and down smoothly. So this is calibrated to 1 inch depth. So as this engages with the material, this actually is a sort of a clamp. So this engages first, and then the tool comes down, and as it spins, and it spins slowly, and you pull the lever downward to 1 inch depth, it makes the cut, and what you end up is with a tire or a foam wheel, foam tire, like this piece right here. So you can see this right here, the surface here is not as clean as this other one. And this one right here, I did the same way with a smaller radius on the tools. But you can see the cut it's much better, and it's slower at a slower pace. So the trick is to go down with the tool at a very low rate. You don't want to press it too hard, but even so, you can see how nice the surface is, for a setup of this nature right here. Like I was saying in my original video, there are so many ways to cut this. The best way to do this would be with a water jet, I believe, or even with a laser. Even though lasers, like I was saying, depending on how the laser is calibrated, the beam, how wide the beam is, and how sharp that beam is of the laser beam, you can establish a pretty 90-degree surface here. If the laser is too hot on the top surface, as it typically is, as opposed to the bottom where the beam reaches the bottom on a part this thick, you're going to get a little more of an angle here on the surface here, more towards the inside, because the beam is hotter at the top here than it is at the bottom. But that may be just a minor thing, depending on how the laser is set up. And so that would be the best way to cut this. I don't have a laser cutter. It's one of those tools that I've been wanting to get for many years, but I just haven't found enough applications to justify getting a good one. I made get one of those laser cutters, just a CO2 laser of 50 watt, maybe even a 100 watt laser, so that I can cut all sorts of materials in the future. But it's not something that I am in desperate need of getting, and so that's the reason for this particular tool, the way you see it right here, and it works just fine, provided a lot of caution is applied. This you cannot operate these tools in a reckless manner. You have to be in all your senses to operate this, and with over 100% embedded in the tool, in the assembly and the operation of the tool. Even with this guard, you still have to be very, very, very careful on how you set up the material. This material is set up on my drill press with a board underneath, a plywood board, and so this is actually not a 1 inch. This is actually 3/4. This is 1 inch. You can see the difference in height right there, or this is close to this is 3/4 and this is 1 inch. But the material has to be restrained somehow on the table. This has to be restrained, and then this actually also restrains the material, although this is acting more as a guard, so you don't accidentally get your hand inside there. So this is my tool. Is this perfect? No, it's not perfect. Is there another way to do this? With a less bulk. This to me is still a little bulky, but it's better than not having any guards whatsoever. This, by the way, does not spin with the tool. This remains static. The tool is the one that spins inside this guard right here. So that's what it's doing. This right here is a temporary mock-up of my counter balance here, because when this in my original video I said that this works just fine because this is light enough, that it'll spin without wobbling. But I decided to just create a counterweight. I'm printing that counterweight, which is nothing more than this shape right here, kind of shortened, to have the screw there, so that I can adjust it here and counterbalance the distance, this longer distance right here with the counterweight over here. Otherwise, the tool tends to have a little vibration, and it's better just to have it balanced, precisely, so that there's no wobble and there's no risk of the tool encountering vibrations. Your cut also ends up being a lot more cleaner and more precise that way. So I am doing a counterbalance, just an adjustable counterbalance. Same thing is, like I said, is this part right here without the blade, without this part right here, just a little square. Adapter, with the screw that I can adjust it here and counterbalance that the other side here. So this is my tool. In my second video, I posed the question, to see if anybody would guesstimate what this would look like. G, gentleman that goes by the name of G, came pretty close. So, but not quite there. But he was very close. He said, is it a cutter? Is it a circular cutter? But this does not spin. That's the only thing. So yeah, this is my tool. Once again, Mario with MI Microflight. Stay tuned for more.